last tournament boy was Olympic Games 2004 Greece. Yeah, the kokwasa sa say tournament ne kwa yebo a intimi enkobi. Under 17, under 20, under 23. Say the esikika kono Eugene Blasters so. Ya hwe ya baby a yekeka kono ya me ni amre ni anhwe amwa Ghana football titu Black Stars na ebeduru mrebi ye bebo Cup of Nation ye bebo World Cup qualification kura be ye den e de ama na eho ni egina e de ne ye be ye a de be save under 17, under 20, 23, then the senior national team, the Black Stars of Ghana. Save Ghana football. Eho na say ye duru. Nti kan ho every sabre kopim say eye no nsia bebo a ye de eye agudie mu nsem se na ye concentration nyina wo kwan a ye be fa so save Ghana football no ene ye be twetwe ho enkomo. Also for contribution bra kwan be na ofu say ye fa so a ebetimi aboa ama Ghana football yetimi asesa nyomem na ba bia ye ginan ye be free wo akoba bia see a national team no under 17 or under 20 or 23 Black Stars o ye ko tournament a obenya di da so say ye betimi akoye nim na ya ade e wo tournament nim enye 1 point ni 2 points a ye ko tournament a ye nya no nti ye nyina no ye be kan bom na ya sevu eye Ghana football for message bra hwehwe eye Promise Radio e wo Facebook so and our passports on Facebook e ho nyina no odo message efa ye be kan e wo dwumadi so e de ama ne ahwe kwan be fa so e de aboa eye yim football enti ye de ahyehyɛ so ye de ahyehyɛ so ye de ahyehyɛ so ye de ahyehyɛ so Al Hassan Said Zakito aba be kam ho a kyese ne enyo no nko ase Obed eso e wa ha a ye nyina no ye be kan bom ne ye di dwuma no Samuel K. Mensa ono ene da production team na no saso ena Solomon Carter born again Clementino the Darling Boys Baba said the sports lawyer ena Chirematen omo ena aboabo ansem na no yatena se ayedini nyina Abraham yes save Ghana football say baby ayedu ni ye ba be save your football na yahwe kwan a ye be fa so aboa my football etumpon Zach akwaba
Dibo majoso
bibia boko de
oh nyame adom it's back Sammy is back and you know be fine say yaba ne aba yes we are going to save Ghana football and ye dey say baby na ya save the football na ye bono ya mankofo bi inform selfish interest and say your football no and baby you dream no wow to team na ugu team so and they no go an kasa team be anu ni problem but national teams no a day nije kese bro my Ghana ma supporters say we say national team ni ekoyi mpa we say you how we government pressure everyone also we you are safe but Uncrophobia yama our football no I say or might take the advantage of government lack of supervision. Say government lack of supervision. It is kind of Euro football mono. You the cry Bohuna minister no atiada what in the baby no supervision. You the more no ma could discount no maba. Omoba must you spend this amount ABCD. No ma could spend no maba. It's clearly you could see say something is wrong with our football. Our football is sick. Our football is very sick. And I was say if you can first one, you better save your football no from these greedy football people. They are very greedy, very selfish. All they think about and is that no ombediska, ombechiska nobody. Don't you want say bechiska niedi. But inform how football will be developed. Why before about develop football inform and you know sign up old balls on today. We struggle to qualify for youth tournament. Something that was our birthright. Say you qualify for youth tournament, then any problem from Ghana. Yes, sorry, because we have a lot of quality. But these selfish, greedy football people, I be say bibia. Now you see, I've listened to Kwesi Nyantakyi, at least giving some good points. Sometimes, you have to, I say we need the message and this chain. Now focus on the message. Because, see, we focus on the messenger. Kwesi Nyantakyi, and youth as my Kenyan, you know. Yes, today it has become worse. But when I say youth football, Kwesi Nyantakyi, what do go youth football, Kroma say? And I pension of course football a good year. And see, if you look at our problems, Dudona or Kahubi, they contributed hugely in destroying youth football in this country. Time I know coach football, yeah, near Nama coach football was very interesting. This administration led by Kwesi Nyantakyi, I don't want to say Omugu football, Omugu coach football, and this administration so atwaswa almost eguno. Eti ye free baby, and ya bedru baby. Ya sorry preko, and you like you would at this situation I woman. We are from somewhere. Even if free, we are from a leadership of Kwesi Nyantakyi that destroyed coast football or no good football, no coast football, no or guru kra. Coast football na ne egu no. Starting from Kwesi Nyantakyi Premso, Ashanti region coast the there Greater Accra coast the there Okwatamale another region coast the there Oguni nyina. Those times, every Saturdays and Sunday, all the America Air call League Center, Akoshe, either Kimfesa Babies, any Cornerstone, about Envoys, any Calhoun Stars, Anoche Stars, any Kotoko. Name the clubs. And before I ever do such stage way and they struggle to qualify for co-offense youth tournament, you know. It didn't start today. I'm starting there. I started Abrana Kwesi Nyantakyi the FA president of this country. You know, good coast football. So after destroying the coast football, and Eddie Mwana Abedu Mpepenswa, Kate Okoku and his administration are just omusiye. We guno. And on what about obesiye? Obesiye Abraham whom be and he's on the Osia coast football no crowd, football no, he's destroying it. No see. It's in there. The Omoyana said, my cartel. And you have from a class with Brentino. You're going to be instead of to go deep, near for a quality amount players now at the tournament. Nabehuana Vision FC, Dreams FC, Still Believe, Na God FC, and a then among Kuma teams, no more cabo. Near you players if you say the good tournament, your corner, your share, near Buffy, your corner, share, near Buffy. So, as much as Kwesi Nyantakyi is making a lot of sense, I will add it, but we can't exonerate him from contributing to the so ono po a no odi team no ekoba final no oba opacho after things anko yie oba opacho so o Ghana for mo se ni mo fancha me so no opacho na Ghana for Asema yake nyane se jibo baby a ejina no the FA president and his esco that arrogance they are too arrogant yako Cameroon yako eni mu ase Ghana for at least mumpacho o manfio bia o man ka hwanche obia fast forward yako Ivory Coast another disappointment. Now there, a massive no, they say, yeah, so annoying, and they say there is no single comment or release via from FNA or more ever gonna watch out at church at the AC. I'm here you, but your my answer, I'm going to release about when you go to the coach. I'm going to coach in the baby. Coach no omukopedia and at least the first thing any serious person as all you be and say at least you do what you apologize Ghanaian say move and so omo de chemu we are at least omo de achemu awie no then the way forward and say we are looking for a coach. But the world go, you could coach. You could coach without any at least assembly more cantidibo. But first, you were Juma pa as a country. You were Juma pa as a country because the Amaye Brewen Nano, how our FA president and his ESCO and neglect everything youth football. Neglecting the youth football in the NSA, or man neglected because and the youth football no. The more ya say among players and the youth team no. And their self-interest at the expense of quality. Almost selfish interest at the expense of quality. We have to save our football, and in saving the football no. The Minister of Youth and Sports, to the extent government, have to play a very key role in saving our football. Yefri baby ni abedu ase yo. Yefri baby ani abedu ha. I think say the Minister of Youth and Sports respect ebu Ghanaians a. Anye bia no. Time na efefo no ba no say omo gwa ko coach no esenka o catch omo say Sara mo somote if Ivory Coast akogwe nu masi aba Ghana fo bofu ye pe bi nkan che omo ba say enko coach but this minister omo ba ya no champion so oh me efene say me director onko join committee na mo ko coach and of fan director and on ko join committee no say omunkope coach. You could clearly see that the minister and the FA are not to the same line. And anytime be a chroma say, Ubenya, the minister of youth and sports, the FA follow, and you now Adam Bakus Biano, we are in trouble. And today, baby FA president, minister of youth and sports, they are in bed. We are in a serious mess, which we have to try and do what and solve this problem. But we need to put in measures. Ebe save the Ghana football, and in doing so, the Ministry of Youth and Sports have to play a role, every young clubs and also that goroism being exhibited by our football class na okroma say no me say me who big da senior the football na church. Have you ever seen a regime at a point in time you see kotoko has in supporting one regime like football association so we na support Spain na okroma say be see that ABC da say you see kotoko has at the same time nipa na all football so no no only jam but then see here then see that kotoko any only any issues at a point in time kotoko had issues with Ohinijan because of Republicans in December for players amu sorry just someone chase
okay
so it became kotoko against the man who was taking look I don't know football so kroma say at any point in time you see one of these two big clubs fighting for the Nkitwano opposing leadership. With that opposition, or one be another year.
Zach, mess about Subium na ya twaso. Mama senior kwaba.
Yeah, no, amina.
Bibia boko de. Okay. Senior Yako.
Me Yako kwaba kaze. Me kaze me joso. Me kaze me dase.
Yenu senior shamo. You didn't chipe eda form. The man there, but ade ba ko a se wonim senior ya oye strong man. Anyo man tell mu na bem. Anti
e say didie na ho ade am kakra.
We be very fine. Very fine. Ma yenti owura kwesi Ntachi, former president at the Ghana Football Association. Nensem ode atudwa ono so na no atum de ekoso ewo football titu Black Stars Cup of Nation na yekọ ya ye be fi na ye de animguase eba no wa kire anamo a ese idi kan tu ansa na bibi wo ho a FA a owura ketukreku da no no omotimi aye o se ankabe ya kanimonim ya no se FA ni peso mu ye bibi a komomra bontin ni kan pache ansa na bibi wo ho a omato aso.
The national team doesn't belong to the FA. The FA is just a trustee or a custodian, an agent managing the national team on behalf of the people of Ghana. And so if somehow the management of the team did not lead to the desired results that people expect, the FA has to come out and apologize for that. I have done it before in the past. Even though in our case, 2012, we got to semi-finals. We were knocked out at the semi-finals by Zambia. We came and there was a whole hue and cry. Then players are apologizing. Apology is comprehensive enough, then nobody else has to apologize. But even individual players are apologizing. The captain is apologizing. And I think that the pain is so much that we need to assuage the pain of the people by telling them we are sorry and then being ready to make amends and move forward.
Owura kwesi Ntachi de atu edwano no o se animanim ya no esa achew pa ba players patch bi e patch na mum efe na mu no na eso mo ba bonte no so be patch na afi ye move on na ne breso ye call Cup of Nation 2012 grade do semi final no umbedru Ghana na se de Ghana fo ani asi abre no omo hwe e patch ma anamontu eso mutu no mo de hye omo nyoma no omo etimi ye ni nyina nti on de obetufo se ni manim ya no esa achew pa eba na bibia ekoso o se si so se national team ne de e aban dia na efe no e de mo so mo hwe so enyo mo dia e aban na national team no e yo mo dia senior mamefa we mo akwaba owura kwasi Ntachi former president e de ma GFA o se efe empacho ye fi mu dwadambo a
yeah
ebna da twam ukwada ne pamo Blasters coach ya wada ene fie enu ayawo di hu ya na se ekofa coach fufuro ministry eso de ayi ba ombe kire se football na gu omo na omo nim dada a chopa kura ni omo lete na omo de ba yi ni mu enu na owura kwasi Ntachi se ansan ye betu na mo akọ bibia de be hyehyɛ ye national team ni bia no esi edikan e pa achew efe ne pa achew ansan na motu anamon e wo bia senior menim de obeka fa we ho
Dibo the SCA and the aftermath of your elimination of Cote d'Ivoire and the SNHS, we were we are blessed and confused. We are a confused unit. Now I know two kind. the dikan players no se also kwa obu kompa ko hewe chi a de wa pachew ama ato Ghana for kuma so kakra abrante be go back and check
if you could boy
no even the players in the playing body no the nature pass so edi I would say o Kenyans asema Ghana for e kuma beto abrante ye number 5 no jiku meboa o hwemwa ankono na sa chopa de se fi no hoba because ye hierarchical order even among the playing body. Inti said the Mr. Nyanta Chikai, say nanka chopa bi beba kwa, it should have come from the captaincy, leaders, no. Nanka, we take it from there, but it's only you could need a toss mu. I wish I could have it and read it. It's on my phone, but me ni
bet me a paramount.
You are fine. Now they read it. Na amount phone ti. Or GBB atum. It is here to go and say na say a kind of flow. No man tell just no. Na say sabe a common player will be a whoop or canteen a team member and anywhere. Who say confused? Then the next day said the watch channel. Yanti asembia the next year yet say you coach. Yetimi a constituted body. Our body no and uncle coach and from Ghana. You understand? I just say, yeah, because I him there, yeah. The original chicken, it is not far fetched. And no man not Ghana for you, and one no. A woman said, media me feel say, sir, Yakwaba, Yabepacho, Yakwaba, Yabepacho is becoming one too many. But there now, way, sir, and from Soba, now said the Bay Ghana for come better, I am there. A chopa ya. And I'll be a child prayer now, Bepa. But and to be free, you're penning for a club name. When we are too quiet, you're new management committee. See a coba, she fat salary sending allowances on Muji. Meboa, Senkunim Dieba, Omonye. Nasa, where do the Akotos India? Don't they owe us any apology? You take the bull by the own, who's accept responsibility. Sikaba de Alcoje. But you say about the say, well, Emma, the next year, and say, Omo Omo constitute committee.
Omo coach.
Omo coach. Ediaba. Intisa and Guasena Kotu, and what are they telling us? Nothing. Scapegoats, you know, Muyu. Say, Rasha Kojo. Leboa, have they disbanded the committee now, a red blast arsenal? Ya can say ya disbanded. No, but the coach first. Me, I'm telling you, who you there? And your coach in Kwao. Minya Kwame. Yeah, Bobo. Ya share 2-0 by the 80th minute. Remember?
By 84th minute, nearly did 2-0.
Nearly did 2-0. Yeah. Now say, reach here say Coco Bar. She quite fast consider goals. No, na den inti se base ya ubeba bekasa kire ana o kan o say me kwa de me do semi final enso me ba na be pachew ana oboa ti chapa de ese am brebre ma daeto me boa na holistically Kwame, have you read any report? I just say Coco d'Ivoire na ma course so say na ko ba na have you read any report?
There be
inti say coach kwakwa na de na ejina so say ko we coach de na ejina so we should have been able to be given a report near kind, but the alacrity with which they decided to say I'm constitute not just say you didn't know say technical be bianca technical, which of course I think that is not true. It goes beyond technical members. No, Kwame, since 2017 we've not won any AFCON match. Into the road to if you be never sa okay no maybe say sembi wa say 42 years na say they say e bia be kan ho time bia be kan
even call the next AFCON 2015 na you call
43
yeah
and then the 44 and when they say next year tena call 43 and na maybe say coach we na ho
there be
into the next year there is a systemic rot I see a hwehwe ase ni etimi tu. Are the players committed? And Penifo no mdo kono dia na ye ka kire wo mu. What role do they play? These are the questions that we have to ask ourselves and answer. Now the apology no ka odi aba no na we nyina ta kire. Enti enema de ye obi ka. Apology no entwam ye se owi afi na asan kofa kwa me ye nchi. Owura nyanta cha betwe omadwen si bibi so. Me kasa ya ye kasa twitwie ni ade ya mpempi ya na mempe. But ya ko ese se de amafo kasa there's too much arrogance, there's too much asa ya ye no kre obi onfo obi ahun mpenifo no mfo obi ahun obi na we na leader of the blaster. Do we even need me say come the two no one kwasa first na e betwam e blaster management committee e hu nimfa so who come manage there. If the coaches are there, we have a strong technical team. And the management. The ministry accountant should be there to go and pay them. As in the manage it. The technical team is enough. Team manager or do manage it. Management committee kwame, can you tell me omuwo who play in a amudosu bebe omu coach $100,000 near the check the no e dey pa no mo can you tell me their job?
This one ma be chere
and when come the to the apology ni ba na say Ghana ni bi anchara ni ata to aba se mu ntwa sa de no we dey ti ya say kofa coach and kwame bi ansi o e coach na anya de asa that is the report they are giving us. So we ni mu almost see BBNC a coach in any idea, which to me is not the truth. Player commitment me see DRC for Congo. Me show mama chanu me ni adekwa.
Tournament no oni mama me tupo mpazo between.
Never.
Uyi Senegal free ho a.
Ayi for no.
DRC ne Keve.
Keve mo. Omna kam be bom de.
DRC for na de ba ko pe na ha omo. Omo say chances.
Omo say chances dodo.
But so mutimi convert even 50%
of their chances are baba easy. They are dying for their country. It's good for us. If it's a track or the next year, the quality and the commitment of what and because when these minnows decide to fight back, we are found one thing. Kwame, you played a voice. Also me reacted to it. As some openina kano. Me menenwa kamen kasa. Honestly, say me kwesi ncheja kamen kasa. Ghana say football asem kamen kan be. But the home here.
Oh, say there obi a why football.
Oh, they me change say until they make an say they a year until kamen kasa. But he's a strong man like you said. To one say Opega na yenti still or chire kwan bit but apology should come. The apology must come. You hear chaupa. Na ya ansana ya take it from there. Hwe body om constitute. Kikiki ni afawe. E dia no mugina so kra e fa sa enipa se om na enkope coach emfama e. E dia.
Yanto aso owura kwasi na ntachi wa manansi ho a. O se FF no mpa achew. No mo pa achew wi a. Wa ma yen plan. Ofu se ono de wagitumi yesi yes ade na ebetia me revive your football in 10 because the next AFCON it could be World Cup 2026 so US in Mexico and Canada also ko na de na ebe ya ebetumi e de akọ World Cup ne Cup of Nations bi ora kwesi na ntachi e kasa de fa ho.
The next step, which is now public, is the dismissal of the old coach and an advert, more or less, inviting people to apply for the appointment of the next coach. I would like to see what led to that. Why was the coach dismissed? Even though, in my opinion, as an outsider, I will support that position. But I would like to see the details, the nitty-gritty that led to that decision being taken. And then we saw the criteria that has been published. And what do we expect to achieve at the end? Will we get the right coach to coach us? There's no guarantee. There's no guarantee. So let's back it up with prayers. But beyond that, prayers alone will not get us what we want. I told somebody that grace and favor and all those things, they will come. But if you don't work hard, you will not achieve anything. So I think going forward, from my experience, right from 2002, the kind of things that were done up to 2014, at the World Cup, another World Cup disaster, another tournament disaster from the World Cup, we need to have a plan in place. If Ghana football wants to do a plan, I would suggest a 4 or 5 year plan. Then that plan has targets that you set. You have goals you have to achieve over periods. So in a year, you have these goals you must achieve. Second year, third year, there should be yearly reviews, mid-term review, end of plan period review. Then carry the whole nation along with you. So they will appreciate what you are doing. In the absence of that, it looks like try and error. Things are just done haphazardly, and when the result comes, we bask in the glory. When there is failure, we are all crying and blaming everybody for that. It shouldn't be the case. I hold the view that Ghana abounds with so much football talent. It is the management of the talent that really is a challenge to us. And that goes to the issue of coaching, because a lot of countries have even won laurels without the kind of talents that we have in this country. It appears that football is now very, very scientific. If you don't apply yourself to the science of the game, you can bring Mohamed Polo, Abedi Pele, Abdul Razak, those people. We could bring them to the team and we will not achieve anything. So I think we have the talent. We need the discipline and we need the right technical expertise. If we have the right person to manage these talents, we will win the African Cup. If not winning, but we'll get to the finals as we did in the previous times. At least semi-finals will be our least achievement. We'll qualify to the World Cup and excel there. I think that is what we should look at. The game has become very scientific. If we look at the German game, Germans, are they naturally talented in football like even Ghanaians? No, but they have a plan. All their coaches, they play football. Where he wants the ball to go, that's where he goes. Kastin Janka, he was scoring. What talent did he have? Structure, strength. But if we compare him to the modern strikers that Pep Guardiola will want in his team, he doesn't qualify to be able to hold on the ball and pass and run into empty space. But with the kind of technical expertise that they had, they made it.
We Urua Kwesina Ntachi, ono so na dwenkyerɛ a ofu sɛ ebetimi aboa na a revival Ghana yim football titu national team no. Zach, ma me sha sim free way.
Dibo. Me as usual. I like making references. Me papa. I would pardon the messenger. I'm attacking the message because so me bosom in album. Enough time and resources to implement these ideas. I can say me Adam Kusinyantechi. Time and resources. Resources kaba in football mo Kusinyantechi happen so kaba football mo pa ban education football mo.
Na do benya kwa mane mfa na number 2 BBM.
On time pa and man is council pa on the sika pa skaba football mu pa na happen so, but there was no program bia or deba in place to develop our football. But he's making a good suggestion. And I'm saying I will ignore the messenger and tackle the message because that's what I just say. He failed us as a FA president.
Okay.
I make conclusion. Me and make conclusion say why just say failures.
Question that you can.
Why just because also I say FA they should bring in a plan at least 4 or 5 years. Why on why maybe he has failed. He had the resources after Ben Kofi. I said it here yesterday. Open pa already Ben Kofi mu pa question that she. Say the 5-year development plan no. On nobody di ho. A time no already where we no. Now say quickly. Also Eddie Biba. And 1 year and oko. But as I said, the message is a very good message. As a cat mu far because maybe football you know. With all the investment that is coming out of football from our buying we need a plan. Say, to me say in the next 4 or 5 years, ye nya butenya see football ni ye. It's a no sano, ye ko af corner. Nanka abano supporters for kwa say be yam from nko because af corner ekwe you know. Ye nya you say ye ko na ye hallelujah. But enka ye plan ho eti mo da mo ntena fiti ka Morocco ayo koi omo ba ya ni apam mo se mo ko tena so mo ko be bia e fund the budget ba ya bia mo de budget about $50 million e mombra budget no e mo $2 million pe ko afọ no e bia apart from yi ticket ni nyon na no mo kora mo kwaje a send South Africa for catch omo team no mo da mo kwaje a sika no mo mfa ye mpa bibia ba pass ye be ma mo sika se bia mfa ma mo eti we have to have a deliberate effort plan put in place in the next 4 or 5 years send in football no ye ko but say I just had na 2015 I just say will be just 11 months away 25
2025 just say we
January Morocco
okay
ya just say just 11 months away you the next AFCON
Chia qualify
ya bi
young qualify
you bon way so eti what they
and we that say
arabi o and say they will no use style bi o say
and the World Cup qualify
so omu de BBC ebo
okay
omu ye because of time na be
and the World Cup qualify
yes and Jibo ya nya careful we say 2025 then they go and make like budget bi a odwuma won tiase ni akose ni aba by say ye gitum say your football no ya back to the lowest eti de na be ye mpe coach papa ni nya ne say saka ti na mo so mo kwa coach no pa chaw minister no inde de bia ka minister na se man ko fonti ase no so ko ba ya no what team because and Pep Guardiola and club sak amu you know criteria
is it a club so season ban we are
Ojai Liverpool and say
yan train
you can change his mind
ebi ana waba
you can change his mind
Boni
de ma Liverpool bi
omonye yimo cat mu there okwa no okọ oso no kwa for 1 year okwa kwaje na home e no mko busa ne se
sabatica
mo busa ne se nti beba say there will be a day obi coach team bi we England o see no way
pressure
o see no way
pressure
because of respect he has for Liverpool onye na
pressure so sanka ho
pressure
na
no person ye top coach a
no aba be bi wa wie ko
is a German wa coach Dortmund o by Bayern for pay we so coach Dortmund be so beti Bayern for akoma is a Susika uji 18 million ze wan clubs yo mo Italy ntia Real Madrid so Ancelotti onye na ajun so
obepe national team bi
national team
obenya bi
club that go there to
eti baby a na ejina yi no message ne de ye ni question de sinya adwen pa me ne adwen 100% the message is giving us there. I agree with him. So we should have a plan. Now, you said we are working within the plan. And now, what Algeria is going through. Almost at the second to Kroku, almost president, or no get in your pen. There's no plan. After winning the AFCON in 2019, who said they won the AFCON with the project. Because so what's your squad now? Faguli, Riyad Mahrez, Bentelab, is Ben Nassar, Asar Mandi, Atar. You know, who's your squad at Ben Sabini? Squad I'm going to AFCON, Jibu. No project. Algeria say, yeah, then they were right in 2019 on AFCON. After winning the AFCON in 2019, I know when you know, come find a way to integrate young players. No, coach, you know, try to say, I said, bonus be as well be because after winning the AFCON for him, you know, I saw more Aquina. I'm called AFCON on Korea in 20 Cameroon. Also, come away, you know. Make a coach who said a team nap him. It's a good team, no sitting over. But still now, Algeria for us what day. I'm going to get a president and minister who pay as what day. The same team. No matter about Ivory Coast. All the masters are going to go back. It's AFCON. You really with plan. And then Morocco and Kofo Kenya proper planning. And then Senegal. Then Senegal planning. What have they done? Now, so there's a team that really AFCON. So perform move him. Then get every move. Already they have gotten Lamine Camara, who is 20-year-old. Kamara 20-year-old eti film no Kamara be na na mu mefu de koyate film no omo de matasa do to tiam no
yeah.
So we Ketokroku for play ko Senegal sisi akosua football they should tell Ketokroku also play anko Senegal and many ya he should go and learn football. These are people who are doing proper football. Look at the integration. Omo ntwema omo nya enyini mbom. The team doesn't perform. And to watch Koyate is aging no. Near you film kakakra, near book akurano. Ghana gay.
Zero nante chiebio. 2010.
And so yeah 2010 no has good no.
Well no.
After 2010 no yebio.
Ebia wan set up
ah media no. 2010 no. And I make say omo de open one person ko nya resources pa ko be change football na ko si antachi. 2010 only we no. Then see here. After Milo left, we came back to factory settings.
After 2010.
2010 no.
Hey, said 2017 about fine now.
No,
2015.
No, I mean, and you find an able. Who said, I say, young massa youth policy no. And yet, babium. Then, Tama, when we buy say after Milo, and I go for
Milo free or no? Plavi, yeah.
Plavi buy on Okoye. Osho coach Abeni na. Yes. Kusape munya. Kusape mponanka oya bikakra. Onkola.
Don't buy.
Sorry, my girl. One and care ye bi. Ba onu so no. Uka kusape interview no. O se time na no do kudu siba no. So ka interview no.
Yeah.
Omu kwese ni say kudu so oba be den. Omu pempem fo. Ghana football be kokrofo. O ya kola ye mo.
Kudus, who was the president then?
It was a
Okay.
it was Kate.
Okay, yeah.
Kudus first time na
2019 you call
and
Egypt 2019 we
normalization no we munya mbaye so eti I say you need deliberate policy say when you pass here eti ye ni be dey dey wa afcon eduru ya fafrakobo ye kwakoje aba ye kwaje aba de bia ye kwakoje it mean I think say baby eduru you know we have to with the minister the FMP from be me nsem yenu bi they should go send na ye course South Africa ko suyan football
no mo go Senegal
sit with the FA president no onchi omo de oh yeah omo ni FA president omo ye with the minister ama today they are the players in African football. Morocco here you know look at the results they are getting. Football no it is something that you have to work it in a room. You plan very well. And medicine ya sir, at the NFL manual committee is the most useless thing I've ever seen in terms of our national teams. Now, I never could go ya. You're watching this Omen Yankolano. But you see, these people, these are grown out. Omen Yankolan to Koya so bad.
Zakitu.
Are there actually a whole report about
Zakitu. An attempt. But one day, because Nipa now can ask him, or you're well respected. I know him now.
FIFA,
asem timi kushia tu kan sema yesu ha won niki kan sem to eso agito nya abotre why ti
e tell me say you gusa ade no
asem na me ko
me ti o pa
me ti o asem ba yesu su ha woni asem no ni
and when a legend falls you are unique.
These people about koso sa say the enti in the name of management committee no buye
ho dem no ya
no buye
ba men fa nko ba bia na wo
so o dem ma me furu aba in the name of management committee these people you call ye now me a work up am ko je 1,000 no me 5 ara me boa
yeah $500,000
meanwhile ya kaka league ya boy oba jini be 10 years saska no nya
me ade ba ko pe na ha me tisi especially for committee no motie no Ura Mark Ado ono ena na ye management committee chairman for 2002 World Cup ewo Qatar if remove group stage. Owura Mark Ado NSI chairman for Cup of Nations Blasters management committee. He was the chairman.
Yes.
Nipa miensa na former management committee ne don koye. No, me can management committee. We na yo no na the owo tourism. Akosi Ajman. Na mso bia ba akoka.
Na chinka.
There be na chinka. Omo miensa ne yi o mass management committee. Makado was the head. Wako tournament mi no. Wa filie. Say ye pamu coacha. I don't know the ember. Or
another coach. I don't
know the ember.
Somebody who has demonstrated.
If you want to change things, Obi our choir so failing in the person of our coach. Now the head management committee, so you might be no choir, this success very.
He has failed twice. Oko World Cup and Oko away. So a year 2006. Say you call at least young away. You call World Cup 2014 issues go by we on FIFA boy about so we see appear team no
in Germany. I still remember that much.
But no dia ko kata no who kai sa ko ri win no and we ya Ghana for ma ehun say sa member 10 minutes no member 10 minutes no o mo respect ya pa do say o kai sa match no ya no Korea sa 10 minutes no obi no pressure bia ne pressure e by that day and a friend is a Mark Adu. And what is so special about Mark Adu?
Okay.
What is so special about him? Only there. He has to stay. Then the others go. Clearly, these guys are not ready to change. And Nanadu say, "O man, penny etnasi." I'm a minister way because clearly, I did so obvious. And I said, the minister have the only every way there. There be informal fin. Eti say o man penyam bem. I'll stop some minister we are. But the man fire minister we. Ya what they saying? Say ya kwa afcon, who dey escape kwa afcon. Mo gbe ni ma se maba. No apology. What wa? Then they come and tell you say bring one person here from committee to go and bring a coach. Also sorry ya, at least okasa say penny. I have Ghana for.
Okay.
No, he is responsible. Kate, respect Ghanaians. Go and apologize to them. How do you sorry? I was a director. Go and do a committee. Coach.
Say over the Kwaba. Bibia Bokode. Senior Mamento Gaka, because I didn't plan now. Member say over so.
When is the menu?
He's go anyway.
A document.
I didn't see
no coin or the coins.
I say yes, yeah. How do anyone a born again or an Acadia show? Born again, Kamezamana to so for a coin say they are not their mom. And
we're not the two.
Born again,
honor the two, and not the two. So we are no here coins.
Was one then a man answer, and then rounds am I within a doom. No, we didn't doom the only. We didn't do myself. We didn't do me head for car. See, I mean, to
my brother Zakito, very interesting person to listen to. When him over to Assemble, I want to, I want to take away the messenger and take. That's right. Yes, ma. Many Jinoka, oh, boy, trouble. You see, the Okana, Mommy has some Okana. Kwasi didn't feel like many as a kid to cry want us to believe. No. And no kind, Roy outlining or me quite let me do me boy. In his stretcher was let me do say let me or outlining and no to me achieve. But me ba na me patcho. You understand? And we are one. Then he moves on. Also or criticize you didn't we or check on you bet me say your politicians see. Yes, I did we be. Any problem Ghana? Any problem Ghana? Or we no or check on you bet me fast as solve that problem. And for me, a one was called max no crime more. Yeah, Minia. Me offers it. What do you need?
Samen Akana.
Aye, some of us no.
Ah, okay.
From Accra. Me boy.
Okay.
to offer
some ya no offer chia de
offer of Sammy. So we is that. Oh, Sammy, the fans are under 17 be and I'm not minim sene under 16. Okay,
Kasebekaya.
Nanse ya omuko eyi bi tournament bi ne omuko hihye goals bebre Spain. Meboa.
Na omoso mo fa under. Under 14 under 17.
Kokore sa squad no. Na ene current under 20 kokore omo ahia ewum. Go and check. Obianim. They have all been thrown away.
No proper
transition. Minia Obojibo and one Wakano. Sam go for okay. They mesmerize opponents. Akwabi wom me we afindi o she goes na sa such a talent yet not only a league only no ye twom ko Eastern Europe teams in ketenkete no or
enu nti na edom ko e
ayasemo. But say even that what na ko baby kra let the person be under your focus. Now when the development na say we national team no players in the omo dia but the national team is for Ghana.
Cinema men call line so ye ko UK na ye didi nkomo say ye say adwene de ni ba ko 14.
All right.
Nti ye gigi free baby a kwan be na be fa so a be save you football. Baby anyoma ekọ no enyoma ma ye din. Na ye nyina na yamfo ya no antum antoatoa ankyerɛkyerɛ ya adwene a ebedu stage bi no me dem aka se wan hwe adwuma ekura no. Ese sports ne begu afi ye mefo obi ama ne metena me sports. Obedi woni abri a wo ye wo unya binye. Yene Kofi Cranton oyi coach with UK Ghana ni ena AD enkomo na ye hwekwan a ye befa so asave football nyoma bay ene ye ya ebetimi abo nti komodidie mu ano ene ono na eduru ni so nti mema menu Kofi akwaba ewo eye Promise 102.7 Kofi utie me a memo akwaba e de ba Promise 102.7 na bibia boko de hello
bajote meni
ago fi metepa
mesenya me adom bia boko.
Oh, okay me sure say enyoma ekoso we football mu nyina no u follow especially Afcon ekoso ya yekoya ye ba fi na 2 points ne de ye kura ye de eba ye say ababa drew stage say Black Star no ebie nipa ne bebre ani say nei say wo hwe Ghana ye football na from every department ye you football ye keka ba de besi ye senior national team ye Black Stars no ase ba bia agi agu minim nyoma ekoso yi Kofi ufu say e de na yesi ye to save Ghana football.
Yo, me da say, ever say, and run me team na and there's some team kakrama kasa fine. Now, when we say looking from outside, Ghana football, the challenges we are facing, because we've not caught up with the modern game just yet, and we have all the equipment, all the resources now. We should be able to catch up properly. Now, unfortunately, the one key thing, because don't forget, say, answer and new one area, it is a multiple of things, and Adebakuswa MY in terms of our progression, MY a history, and the history I want to say we were the first country in Africa to have won the AFCON 4 times. And then that places a certain level of burden on the country and then on the players, and a certain level of expectation on the fan base. And then they say, back in the day, you have maybe radio station 1 or 2 per GTV, Ghana radio. But they say there were radio stations a lot, and Ghana for pay football. There was one thing me person me train Ghana for drink could be to say, and for baby omoka football once a lot of them better players than even what we had. But BBNT and man to us uncle. Almost kasa from a position of experience. Because boy is seeing our border. And that in itself, it places a whole load of psychological burden on the players. Now, in football, we all know it is divided into 4 cones: tactical, technical, physical, and psychological. Psychological is about 80%. You can be fit, you can be technically great, but if the psychological, you are not balanced, you cannot produce. We've seen that with Fernando Torres. We've seen that with Veron. We've seen that with top players that almost move to clubs where psychologically, they are unstable. Now, from a tactical point of view, as a coach watching the Black Stars, and to be honest, I personally wrote a strategy in terms of and sent it to GFA how they can begin to administer that. But they seem to they keep plastering the problem. So because Osha players in the type of pass, it is filled with fear. Because Oslo said the pass will go somewhere, and the moment, and it started from 2019. AFCON, then the moment that kind of psychological burden is on them, tactics, system, strategy, formation, everything goes out of the window. Now listening to what a lot of people are saying in terms of what's going on, there are multiple answers coming in different forms. The challenge is how do we structure the answers, chronologically to fit the purpose, and until we go back as a country. Says, okay, this is our challenge. The fan base, they manage the expectations. The media, they manage the expectations with a level of education for the fan base. Because media, crucial. It's, more educated fan base, to understand in the tactical evolution or the tactical progression, which is something I'm from 2019 say, until you back on that basis, it is going to be smash and grab, and your tournament be a lotto. Either we win or we just get knocked out quickly. Now, the whole issue, it cannot be GFA alone. I'm telling you as a fact, GFA alone cannot solve this problem. It has to be the entire fan base. And make yawa. But analogy England for about 50 years. Mm-hmm. About 50 years for England, ball no more ball, not a basa. And we decided, say, look, I was see a young baby. Until they went back, almost started with Kosiapi Amuye group, that is a UEFA group, and Ansana the following year, Memeko. And they went back with something they call the Elite Player Performance Plan, almost sending coaches all over the world, put a document together. And then they came and they started changing the profile of players they were recruiting. International, German clubs, Spanish clubs, they are fighting for English players. The only problem they had was they developed individual talent. They did not develop them as a team. Now, Ghana, we have to make a decision. We need to understand the kind of technical profile of players we have from under 15 to under 23. A developmental setup, Division 2, Division 3, Division 1, and then Premier League. The kind of profile of players are Yekita. And a players abroad. We also have to profile free Ghana abroad. What are some of the tactical changes in their games, and then the local ones? So when we mix now, we can appropriate to say this particular tactics and I say a system way and a bit fit the players' learning curve and their physiological state. That's how Putogum kind of football and American is going to be pure lottery. And until we get to that side where we know, say, okay, this is a 2-3 year program, and this is key. This is already but this is key. The kind of coach who will come in, he must first of all understand our coaching culture. If he's coaching Tariq Lamptey and other foreign players in Inakimoa, it's different. But players are almost grow from Ghana football, from Munchendi to Coast to under Division 2, 3, through the Ghana culture. And our culture is about 80% of our game. That is why it involves a lot of dancing. So even the technical execution will have to correspond with the players' emotions. If you don't do this, every tournament we will come back and we will talk and we will talk. Apart from Holland, every country in the world plays football according to their culture. You look at the Italians, they play in that Catenaccio way. You look at the Spanish teams, the Brazilian team in the in the artistic way. You look at the English, they craft because of their history. You look at Eastern Europeans because of the Cold War evolution and factory working, mining. They play very hard and very tough. Every country plays according to their cultural identity. And until we merge this, we will go into tournament, expect to say, ABC, but because this informs identity. When the identity is fully informed, now we can now begin to know, say, okay, at this stage, you could give me and then Obintin knows exactly what to expect because Washa game, he knows how Ghana is required to play. So until we started from the scratch, I'm sorry, every tournament we have to pray more, which is not something that should be part of football, because football, anything can happen. Yellow cards, injury. It is a holistic thing. Sorry for talking too long. I'll hold it here.
Okay. Based on what you are saying, it is a Okasana at the point. O draft TBB the ma is it the current administration?
Yes, it's the current administration. In fact, it's been twice because there was one thing I even suggested. Because the basis of my background as a coach, because me free research academic background, me go into coaching, I understood. And then also doing UEFA in UK, and the understanding. Look, England, for the first time, they won World Under 17, World Under 20, got to the semi-finals of the World Cup and the finals of the Euro. If you go back, 99% of these players began from the elite player performance plan. And they put the document together. And I was part of the students, and Kosiape was also part of it. So we can see, say, the way I developed, and I said, look, something like dancing before games.
Coach Kosiape.
Yes, Coach Kosiape. Because Kosiape, UEFA for UK.
Okay.
Former Black Star coach. So I told them, in fact, I've sent about 2 or 3 emails to them, and I put it down. And what they told me was, Ghana, we know you are good, but Ghana don't know you. So I said, look, not a problem. But we are still. This is from 2019. But still, we are still doing the little we can, because apart from everything, we are football fans first. What am I saying? We can help in any capacity. Even if on the research assistant, we don't mind. But we know, say, Ghana has the potential. And the thing is, this is the best group of players apart from 2010 South Africa, where we had central players in Skipper, Tornado, Mutari, ACN. These were the key players who drove us. But this is the best time in our history, in my lifetime. I mean, say we have a different variation of talent in all 4 units.
The current Black Star team now, you call tournament 2 points, the best after South Africa 2010.
Yes.
And then a more Kasa team tournament 2 points.
And then I make us say, share the talent, if anything, share the talent, the pool of talent available to us in our defensive unit, in our midfield unit, in our central or number 10 areas, and in the forward lines. The team can adapt in different formations and in different systems. And one thing I'll boldly say, for the last 3-4 coaches, we've employed coaches rather than managers, and we really don't need coaches as the head of the national team. We need managers, and in the modern game now, managers, apart from everything else, they've got to be extreme, adaptable tacticians. And one of the things in this in-game coaching is now crucial, because in the team and a scouting coach, Bako or defense, Bako midfield, Bako attack, Bako opposition, different units. As the game is going on, information is being fed to the manager every now and again, and they are exploiting opponent's weakness and then strengthening using their strength to great advantage. So doing pre-match training or pre-match tactics is not enough again. During games, you must be able to affect the game with changes, with tactical switches, variations, formation, and even systems implementation within that tactics, But unfortunately, because the coaches now they are very good coaches. But personally, I don't think they are great managers or great tacticians. So this is where the challenge is. And it's a whole lot of things. All the ingredients, but in no one mixing here, you have something else. Yeah.
Okay. Kobi, you be didn't come on. Me sure safi ni asha you be move to other areas. Next time you be didn't come on. Said na wo can say a drew time at UK for after 50 years omo so mo football baby ekono they will need another direction mo na mo enter into UEFA courses na mo UK no omo the most started from the elite youth mo started say mo boa how to help develop England football and Chebia the one under 17 under 20 then their senior national team and they top 3 in the world e kwa mo fa so ye no yeah, sure say how do we develop our youth football because they under 17 you bought World Cup team qualify under 20 the same thing maybe a twem nanka ya de ya boy ensa no a na ya duru oba sesei ni nyina ye ntimi enko to the top Black Stars no ekwan be na befa so ahye ni nyina enko ye problem emai enko ye se da bia no ye ko tournament ane ye ko to chacha be enko he se be ya Ghana ya je 4 times nti ye ko betimi de edin na ko maybe yakobo ye homo dem be wie no ya mfa 1 point and the 2 points and ebe fi nti ye bedi ye ho nkomo na ya hwe hawa ye bebo na sanyo man nyina yetimi aye
mame for we njam kakra onzo ka youth team no the challenge again no say percent of the reasons why we develop our youth talent is to sell them abroad. 90% of the reasons why Europeans develop their talent is to feed them to the national team. So in terms of that aspect, we look at the economic benefits and then also for the national team benefits. And there are two different objectives in terms of Africa.
Microphone. You first look at their culture.
Yes.
Once you're creative. Yes. On say yeah, then you're stylish. It's me creative. So on the channel.